certainly the best.
All right, everyone, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today on the program Healthy Living. My name is Adesuwa Osawage. So today on Healthy Living, we're going to be looking at nutrition. Nutrition matters is what we're going to look at today. Your food, your health, and then you. What are those things you're not doing right? What are those things you're not doing at all as regard nutrition? So today we're going to be talking to somebody, and he's going to be putting us through with all the questions we're going to be asking today on the program. And he's joining us via Zoom. Please join me to welcome Mr. Gbenga Oladipo. He's a dietitian from the University of Benin Teaching Hospital. Hello, Mr. Gbenga. Hello, Mr. Gbenga. How are you? Okay, I'm actually finding it very difficult to hear you now. Can you speak up a bit?
I'm happy to be part of the plan today.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, so as a dietitian, we're going to be asking you a couple of questions, and hopefully you're going to enlighten us today on the program. All right, Mr. Gbenga, our very first question for you today will be the biggest myth about healthy eating that you would like to expose to us. You know, when it comes to food, nutrition, there's usually huge myth around it. Is it true? Is it a lie? So what's the biggest one you want to expose to us this afternoon?
Yeah, the bigger actually myth is when someone is thinking in all these carbohydrates, protein, they are don't cause problem in the body. And you don't actually think about eliminating the these micro. Example, now someone is thinking, oh, carbohydrate is bad. If you take out your carbohydrates, then you might likely have problem of diabetes or cardiac disease and stuff like that. So, which is not actually true, because if you remove those carbohydrate protein from all fat from your diet, it means that everything you have removed everything, because inside carbohydrate you have all those fine intermediates too. Inside there you have fighting and you have mineral there too. So if you remove all of them, it means that okay, you have removed everything. So now, like, instead of now thinking of what we're going to do, we have to base our diet on nutrient dense diet or balanced diet. So we should have to take appropriate meal, and we should learn how to incorporate all those essential amino acids in our food. So the mindset of very bad, protein is bad. We must understand which type of protein is good for us, what type of carbohydrate is good for us. We have different kind of carbohydrates. We have we have monosaccharide, we have disaccharide, we have oligosaccharide, polysaccharide. So we now divide into two. We have simple carbohydrate and complex carbohydrate. Which one is good for us? That is what we must understand about diet. It's not about what we read online, what people are saying. Oh, carbohydrate is sugar. Sugar is bad, and it actually eliminates carbohydrate. Fat is not good, and that person eliminates fat from the diet. But we should understand we have saturated and non-saturated fat. So people should understand this, that which is good for me. That's what we should have in mind. Not carbohydrate is bad, carbohydrate is bad, I don't want to eat it. And that person is becoming emaciating and becoming so lean, and their competition setting, malnutrition setting, and that person cannot even do anything again. And these are the things that we must understand about nutrition.
for exposing that myth to us, because you find out that some persons, they tell you no, I don't want to take carbohydrate. They don't take carbohydrate at all, and some don't even take anything that looks like fat at all in their diet. So now you know that removing some a kind of food from your total diet will cause you harm. So do a balanced diet, like Mr. Gbenga said. Okay, Mr. Gbenga, putting those all of those carbohydrates and all of those other classes of food into mind. Now, how can Nigerians balance traditional food with modern health goals? Because nowadays, all of us want to lose weight, want to look trim. Some are even removing their ribs just to get that figure 8 shape and all of that. So, and from what we all say, what we all talk about, we always say that Nigerian food is mostly carbohydrate. You see somebody saying, your stomach is getting bigger. Now carbohydrate, what we they chop now, so carbohydrate. Now, Nigerian food and modern day health goals, how can we balance our traditional food with what is obtainable in the fashion world today, talking about weight loss?
We are so blessed. We are so blessed in this country. So very blessed in this country. You know what? Country, we have everything. So it's just like we don't have the knowledge of how to combine those foods together, and then how to have a good preparatory method, how to prepare those food, how to prepare them. That's the major problem we have. We have locally available that we can come back together that really meet the standard of modern whatever they are buying from. And then we see that if we make up all this, if we use, good cooking method to cook our food, and then we combine all these things together, our target is to have nutrients, then food, balanced diet. But the preparation method, how are we going to do it? Not only that, what are the things that we have? For example, now someone wants to eat, now you want to eat, and then probably you have someone that you not taking all these ultra suya and stuff like that. So what it is, for you are told that you make porridge. What do you prepare your porridge? A porridge with vegetable. You for porridge. What kind of oil do you put there? These are the mental things that we see. So we should understand that things are locally cooked. We can have our food combined together and we make the start of whatever we need. How we have to, when you have the knowledge of those factors, planning food, and then we have all the now, all those over the right at the Nigeria, not only that, we have plant-based food there. Nigeria, so we have that we can combine together that can meet the standard of modern food. Then what are we going to do? We must and combination of those food will give us standard food. And we must understand, if you actually apply that to our body, the proportion we are taking, how are we taking it? Are we giving enough time for them to take place and not just to buy the see people coming up with a very big stomach and so they are afraid of I want him down. I didn't say they want him down. How they do this thing down? Some of them actually want to do it just the way that intervention to steal. Just I will not eat more. I will eat maybe later in the evening. Then they ended up eating the food for the whole day, and then nothing is complaining. Why? It's not working for me. Why is it like that? Because the preparation method, then the combination of those will form recipe that are even actually good, healthy than what you are using to order from abroad or something. Or you should understand, our food, we have everything God has given to us. We must put on the how to combine them and how to prepare them. And a good storage, I'm telling you, we are good to go.
Okay. All right, we'll take a very short break now. When we come back, Mr. Gbenga, I'm going to ask you this question on how food impacts our mental health. So we'll take that break now. All right, thank you for joining us again. We're talking nutrition matters on Healthy Living today, and I am with Mr. Gbenga Oladipo, who is a dietitian from the University of Benin Teaching Hospital. Mr. Gbenga, I'm so happy to have you this afternoon. Now, let me ask you this question. How can food impact mental health? Okay, before then, Is it possible for food to impact mental health? If yes, how? And if no, how?
It's capital yes. It's yes. It's yes. It's yes.
Okay.
Mental health is one of the aspects of nutrition or aspect of life. Mental health. You know what? We have something we call God. You know, actually food influence the mood, the energy, condition of people. You know, if food could influence your mood, the energy, and then create the reality, of course, you know, have you ever seen someone that's hungry before? Hello? Do you hear
Sure.
me? Do you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, go
Okay.
ahead.
Someone that's hungry before.
Yes, I've seen so many.
And if you actually want to see that person is very crazy before. And if you find someone that is hungry, I'm telling you, he's going to find food affecting you.
Okay.
And you affect community. Someone being good to them, like hunger. People will stay there and that's what major thing in empire. And actually an hungry man is an angry man. That's what
Okay,
is
that's
correct.
true.
Yes, every must understand. Good food actually influence how people think and how people take character of people. One of the major things we think as priority is to feed their fish, to feed them well, not just alone, but well. Consider the drug they are taking. They have to make sure that their appropriate nutrition is in place for them to be able to accomplish that treatment they are giving them. They can't give them their drug with eating good food, not just ordinary food, but healthy food, balanced diet food. And then we are just talking about balanced diet. What are the constituents of this food? Then we have whole grain, we have healthy fat there, we have vitamin there, we have probiotics that actually support the well-being of these people. High fatty food may actually not be actually so good for them because you are giving them fat. It's not like you want to give them fat food now. You have to fry it, process it. We don't do that. But what we do, we do more of whole grain like legumes. We have complex carbohydrates. We give like yam, we give them all this nutra rice to eat. And for some of them that they don't have any metabolic disorder, then of course we actually give them an healthy food like cassava is there that we can give them. But what is soup are we giving them? These are the things we must understand. Energy is most important in people that have mental health. We must understand that they need energy, their mood must be okay. If you don't actually look for violence, they have to be fine. They have to be okay. And these are the things that we consider in giving our people food. Food is as treatment that I can think of. Forget about taking drugs. Food is one of the area of medicine that actually help the drug in very well. In a very close that they don't have the standard teaching to put for their patient, they don't do it. Like in a hospital, when we see our teaching and standard teaching, we actually our priority is to make sure that they eat very well, and then while they are eating well, what drug we are giving them, they are going to get better. And that's one of the things that the hospital management actually put in place, that their patient, this patient in UBC must eat very well, good food. And then management have been spending a lot of money on that. Food affects mood, affects how someone think, and it affects behavior. Even they affect actually stimulate to the whatever treatment they are taking. Food affects, mental health. Capital yes.
Thank you, Mr. Gbenga. I like that capital yes part. Okay, another question I want to ask is, you know that nowadays a lot of us eat out. We see it as a status thing. Many people don't want to cook at home. Even when you have food at home, you just have to go out to eat. I'm beginning to think that it is a status thing, or let's put it mildly, a shakara thing, or that kind of a thing. So if we go out to eat, putting into consideration that most of the things or the ingredients that are used in cooking outside are color based. You see, you are buying fried rice somewhere, it's so green, you're beginning to wonder if you want to eat from the forest and all of that. So talk to me, Mr. Gbenga, how do we make healthier choices when we eat out, and how are we sure of the condition of what we are eating.
Yes. The first thing must bear in mind in our mind is, productivity depends nutritional status.
Okay.
Do you hear what I mean? Productivity depends on healthy nutrition status.
Yeah, I get that.
Healthy. Yes, we must understand that.
Okay.
Number one, we understand the food we are eating. What we fail to understand in Nigeria is that's why nutrition should be the part of curriculum in every course we study in the university. Why? Why is it?
Please tell us.
The principle of nutrition. Principle of nutrition. When you understand principle of nutrition, that will actually, give you a kind of knowledge and it prepares you though. What is protein? What is fat? If you understand what is carbohydrate, what is the function of carbohydrate, what's the function of protein, what is the function of fat. Some people, when they go and eat, when they want to eat now, they want to say that they have this. They want to say that, let people say, I'm worthy enough to eat whatever I want to eat. They don't consider the health, but they consider what people will say. That's why you see people go out there, they enter one city, they ended up staying almost targeting about 25,000 naira for one single plate of they give you plenty chicken and then you give them little maybe eba or amla or biscuit and then they see oh, look at that person is eating well. We don't understand that fried is not what an adult, eight adult to engage in. And if you should understand these figures, it's not good that we see this. When you go to the kitchen and look at that, what kind of choices of food they out there? What the variety they out there? Do they operate? They are actually, smiling with plenty oil. That one we want to buy. Look at another one. Do they have the one they prepare with vegetables and then have all those, every ingredient there? Look at it. Because you don't have the knowledge of nutrition, you have knowledge of physical that you see how sleep, how appealing it is. People don't know about what are the nutrients inside this thing. Can I tell you something? Someone say I'm not eating enough of oil. Oil is not part of the food. That person is eating plenty of protein. If you eat protein, you eat oil. Someone is hypertensive and eat lots of meat. Everybody, and then even when the people have it, they don't eat for upset. That's the lie. If you eat protein, you are eating salt. If you eat protein, you are eating fat. Protein, salt, and fat, they are there. Any meat that you eat, there is protein there, that's there. So the amount of protein that you, the plenty salt and taking fat you are taking, that's what people understand about the nutrition. And then when you go out there, if you understand nutrition very well, you can go out there. Okay, give me little yam, and my yam is with vegetable. Don't give me with fried egg. Yam to be with maybe egg salt, salt, or even meat salt. That's what I want for my yam. Not go and buy yam and they put plenty fried egg there, and then after that egg, you can see that they say, okay, give me small beans join.
Most of us say that as enjoyment.
You understand? You don't understand. But we must understand nutrition for our body has to help us. In every course, if we are studying law, we must have the course with studying the to understand what nutrition is all about, what is all about. Just go and be buying something. That one can be able to develop non-communicable disease in this country. When we have the knowledge of nutrition from preliminary, university year 1, you have nutrition course, year 2, you have nutrition course, even help you to build your own family, and then even in the country, nobody will fit hospital as such. Just go there, have your checkup. If there's anything, minor thing will not be happening. Malaria,
okay, Mr. Gbenga, our time is almost up, but I need to ask you this one question before we wrap up, and that is the issue of finding an alternative for our children, alternative to noodles. Every child wants to eat noodles. Every mother wants to cook noodles for the child because it is fast, it is easy, and it is quite delicious. But we've also read that it is not so good for our kids. So what is the alternative? Can there be an alternative?
In fact, I want to tell you this. Young, and then average potatoes, and then rice actually are there. No one. In children now, this is one of the major children they have. And if you go out there, you see and find that if you see some of them come up with, cancer in children. Have you noticed that because of parents want to then do that not actually all this stuff. And then when we have a lot of food that we can do. Even though those are people right for them, that should come along with some fiber that will make it okay because of their God. So they must do a lot of things from all these, complex society. So movies should be something that is not actually done regularly. You have to alternate it, but when you want to alternate it, you don't do it with your head, don't do it with those things. What I need to do is don't put it of oil there. And then if you want to put your activity, and then you see on that day that you have a lot of things that will depend on their God because of giving them all those things and giving them. So, it's actually protect moving. I mean, internet part, you can't be giving them those things because the process is some of those that thing actually came about. We don't know how we protect that one is danger. So we look after. And I want to the families need to be the something that they will expose our children to. Family, if family is of course the children emulate what the family is eating. They don't have choice. They have to go with what family is doing. That is what we should understand.
All right, Mr. Gbenga, thank you so much for finding time to be with me on the program today on Healthy Living. You have demystified some myths about nutrition, and of course, you have told us exactly what should be done when it comes to nutrition. Thank you so much. We hope to do this again very soon.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys, this is it for today. The ball is in your court. Do to yourself what you will as far as your health is concerned. But don't forget that your health is your wealth and it is in your hands.
ITV, certainly the best.
This is Anegbete community situated in Isako Central Local Government Area of Edo State. It is an agrarian community with united people that promotes unity and oneness for peaceful coexistence. The inhabitants of the community migrated from Benin, the cradle of black civilization, a kingdom where king is truly king. The ancestors of Anegbete saw that age was the main determinant of leadership in the rural setting, and the eldest man in the settlement was regarded as the leader who presided over meetings and his authority is held in high esteem. To further strengthen this unique system of leadership, Age Group evolved in Anegbete. In Anegbete, Age Group is categorized into two, that is, the common and the noble. Anegbete is rich in cultural heritage, as the community at noon saw the commitment of the festival with the first set rolled out in beauty colors to showcase their might and strength, indicating their feet and ready for the responsibilities behold on them. The streets in the community with a feed up of young men and women adorned with the festival. Later, the royal family takes the stage as their children fight out royally and work in the community to showcase their might and fitness.
My leader.
Certainly the best. RTV, certainly the best.
Hello there. I'm always excited to have you join us every Sunday like this on the program News Review. I am Deborah Iviogbe from thanking you so much for joining us on today's edition of News Review. We reported during the week on the review from Nigeria's premier private university that 149 graduates of Dora Akunyili College of Pharmacy, Igbinedion University, were advised to prioritize compassion, selflessness, as well as high ethical standards and selling qualities as they formally joined the labor market. Authorities of the Nigeria's premier private university and resource person handed down the advice during the 15th oath-taking and induction ceremony of the 2024-2025 session College of Pharmacy graduates themed Building Bridges and Raising Hopes for the Next Generation of Compassionate Pharmacists.
That I freely and publicly take this oath.
The chairman of the 15th oath-taking and induction ceremony of Dora Akunyili College of Pharmacy, Igbinedion University, Okada, and Vice-Chancellor of the school, Professor Ikechukwu Ezemoye, advised the new pharmacists to nurture the school's motto of excellence as they serve humanity selflessly.
I want to remind you that in a time of rapid scientific advancement, global health challenges, and evolving healthcare systems, the role of the pharmacist has never been more critical than what it is today.
I encourage you to embrace the challenges and opportunities that will come your way. Embrace the virtues of humility, patience, love, and empathy.
A guest speaker, pharmacist Bankole Aminu Ezebuelo, sternly cautioned the inductees to practice with compassion and cooperation with hospitals for the interest of their patients.
To raise hope is to give young professionals a reason to believe that this calling is worth their passion, their sacrifice, and their dreams.
The Registrar of Pharmaceutical Council of Nigeria, pharmacist Ibrahim Ahmed, represented by the South-South Zonal Director of PCN, pharmacist Azeh Mande, who conducted the induction, urged the inductees to maintain high ethical standards and leadership qualities as prescribed by the PCN.
You are advised to refrain from all forms of dishonesty in your practice lifetime as pharmacists and frontline healthcare workers, and accordingly will perform my services and duties with devotion.
After the oath-taking ceremony, the 149 graduates were presented with certificates of provisional registration. Awards of recognition were presented to the best graduating student of the faculty, Olowosoyo Glory Temitokbe, with a remarkable 4.81 CGPA.
To my lecturers and the entire College of Pharmacy, thank you for your guidance, your discipline, and your unwavering commitment to excellence.
The ceremony was attended by families of graduates, provosts, deans, and members of the academia, including the Edo State Chairman of Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, pharmacist Dr. Chris Oisakede. From Benin, Joy Obaisiagbon, ITV News.
Now moving on, Vice President Kashif Shettima, the Senate President Godswill Akpabio, Deputy Senate President Benjamin Kalu, Minister of Defense Christopher Musa, and other dignitaries attended the laying of rigs to honor Nigerians' fallen heroes during the week under review. Governors of other states also paid tribute to the nation's slain armed forces personnel.
That was the arrival of Vice President Kashim Shettima, who was the special guest of honor at the Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration, as President Bola Tinubu is at the United Arab Emirates attending the Sustainability Summit. Prayers were thereafter conducted for the living and fallen heroes who fought gallantly for global peace and national integration. Following the prayers, a minute silence was observed in honors of the fallen heroes, immediately followed by firing of the artillery guns. The wreath-laying ceremony, which involved the placing of flowers at the memorial site, then commenced at the tomb of the unknown soldiers. Leading the wreath-laying ceremony was Vice President Kashim Shettima, who solemnly proceeded to lay the wreath, accompanied by the commander of the Gas Brigade, Brigadier General Adebisi. Next to lay wreath were Senate President Godswill Akpabio and Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu. Following them, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Kudirat Kekere Ekun, laid her wreath, immediately succeeded by the Minister of Defense, General Christopher Musa, retired, and the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, who is also the High Commissioner of the Republic of Cameroon, Abbas Salahidi. The service chiefs also participated in laying wreath to honor the fallen heroes. After those guns salute, Vice President Kashim Shettima released white pigeons into the air, symbolizing peace and freedom.
The pigeons have been released, and as they fly away,
as the nation remembers its fallen hero and celebrates its living legend, security experts believe that the federal government must equip the armed forces with latest technology coupled with training and retraining in order to ensure successes during combat operation and reduce the number of armed forces personnel killed or injured. From the National Arcade here in Abuja, I hand you over to Kingsley Uchegu, who covered the Armed Forces Remembrance Day event in Benin City, Edo State. I'm
back home in Edo State to report your General Wekonda review that the governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo, called for more support for ex-servicemen who fought in various world wars and the Nigerian Civil War as a way to appreciate their sacrifices and sustain the peace currently being provided by the armed forces. Governor Okpebholo made the advocacy during the 2026 Armed Forces Remembrance Day ceremony held at the museum ground of Alvorame Square, Benin City.
The solemn ceremony is in remembrance of patriotic Nigerians who served in the military and participated in several operations to keep Nigeria as one indivisible entity. Governor Okpebholo, his deputy, Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa, Speaker, Edo State House of Assembly, representative of the Chief Judge of Edo State, Commander S&T Barracks, Commander 4 Brigade Nigerian Army, Commander 107A Maritime Group, Benin, and Edo State Police Commissioner took turns to lay wreath at the cenotaph. Also at the cenotaph to lay wreaths by His Royal Majesty Ewari II of Benin, represented by the Obasogi of Benin, Chief George Ekato, Chairman Nigerian Legion Edo State, Assistant Corps Commander Sonny Iboigbe, and representative of widows of the fallen heroes, Mrs. Sherifat Umar. Governor Okpebholo commended the contributions of the ex-servicemen to peace and stability, urging for cooperation and support of all.
They can see how Nigerians are honoring our heroes. So I also believe that with time, that God will preserve Nigeria to continue to honor them.
High point was the ceremonial 21-gun salute.
All day, we went to Lebanon, we went to Sierra, we fight for Nigeria civil war.
Generally, we are so happy, and I'm so happy. There are changes, and I pray we should continue to change.
We should start doing like a trust fund that can take care of those people they left behind.
The commemorative event featured release of pigeons, which signifies peace, and signing of the Memorial Day Register.
It's been a solemn Armed Forces Remembrance Day here in Benin City, one laced with a strong commitment by the state government to harness the expertise of the ex-servicemen in strengthening internal security.
Justice Chizoba Orji of the Federal Capital Territory High Court in Abuja struck out the defamation suit filed against Senator Natasha Akpotu-Uduaghan by the Federal Ministry of Justice. The ruling followed the court's acknowledgement of a notice of discontinuance on Thursday in Abuja.
After months of intense legal tussle between the Senate President Godswill Akpabio and Senator Natasha Akpotu-Uduaghan over alleged defamation, the Office of the Attorney General Federation and Minister of Justice took over the matter. However, after several months, the office filed a notice of discontinuance, effectively withdrawing the suit. The notice was read in open court before Justice Chizoba Orji of the Federal High Court. Counsel to the federal government confirmed the withdrawal, explaining that the decision was taken in line with provisions of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act. After listening to the notice, the judge struck out the charges, noting that the development underscores the importance of restraint in exercise of prosecutorial powers. Justice Orji expresses hope that the decision would further strengthen respect for the rule of law within Nigeria's democratic framework. Speaking after the court session, Senator Akpotu-Uduaghan welcomes the outcome, describing it as a vindication of her position throughout the legal battle.
The withdrawal of these two federal government cases against me only proves what we've always known, that these cases were maliciously instigated by two individuals who misused power to their advantage, in which hunting an innocent person, which is myself. But I'd like to extend a sincere appreciation to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for having been briefed the truth and in his commitment to justice ordered the discontinuance of the two cases.
She expresses gratitude to her legal team and supporters for what she described as their unwavering support during the proceedings. From Abuja, Joseph Kadri, ITV News.
The Minister for Youth Development, Honorable Ayodele Olawade, commended Governor Monday Okpebholo for his infrastructural development. And still on Edo State Governor, we reported during the week on Diary Review that Senator Monday Okpebholo visited Ekpoma to assess the damage caused by the fire, which raised several shops constructed by the Police Officers' Wives Association, ensuring affected traders of swift government intervention and renewed security action. The governor, during the assessment visit, described the incident as disturbing and linked it to ongoing acts of violence and sabotage in Ekpoma and Embaron.
Governor Okpebholo, accompanied by the senator representing Edo Central, Joe Ikbia, Commissioner for Fiscal Planning and Urban Development, Sir Lucky Esegbe, State Commissioner of Police, Monday Abonika, and the Commander for Brigade Nigerian Army, Brigadier General Ahmed Olatubosu Balogun, inspected the scene of the fire incident. Addressing the affected shop owners, Governor Okpebholo expressed pain over the development, pointing out that the recent events in Ekpoma point to a pattern of coordinated attacks. He dismissed claims that the attackers were Fulani herdsmen, insisting that they were political elements bent on destabilizing the area. As a way of cushioning the effect of the disaster, Governor Okpebholo announced that the reconstruction of the affected shops would begin within the week, urging the affected traders to remain calm and law-abiding.
I will not listen to anybody when the time comes. I just want you people to be patient. I'll make sure between now and Friday they will come and start building this place for you people. We have started arresting them. The burning down of this shop is still the same thing. The same people doing it. There's nothing to fear.
Earlier, Israel Ukulu and Professor Austin Aramelo spoke on behalf of other victims of the alleged arson.
What we are seeing here is a case of an arson. As a matter of fact, we felt that we have been victimized for a case that we know nothing about. We came here in less than 30 seconds. The whole building went down.
I have a shop here. I'm a professor. By the grace of God, I can fend for myself even without the shop. But there are some of them here who are below poverty. But yet, they are trying to make ends meet here. Their life has been reduced to rubble. But we know that your presence here will raise their life more than ever before.
It was gathered that the fire started around midnight and spread rapidly until 5 a.m. on Monday. A similar incident had occurred 2 years ago on the opposite side of the affected shops. Kingsley Uchebu, ITV News.
Also in the week, we reported that the governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo, condemned the attack on the palace of the Onoji of Ekpoma, His Royal Highness Anthony Ehizoji Abumere II, with the assurance that the perpetrators will be arrested and prosecuted. The governor was at the Onoji's palace to personally assess the damage allegedly caused by the protesters while expressing their grievances over incessant kidnapping and other security challenges in Ekpoma and environ.
Governor Okpebholo is in the university town of Ekpoma, Esan West, to assess the level of destruction in the aftermath of Saturday's protest in Ekpoma, which resulted in the blockade of the Benin-Ekpoma-Auchi Federal Highway and destruction of properties. Governor Okpebholo, accompanied by the State Commission of Police, Monda Monica, leaders of the All Progressives Congress and other party stakeholders, was taken around the palace of the Onoji, where different properties, including vehicles and items in a shop operated by the Onoji's wife, were vandalized. The governor described the invasion and subsequent looting of property at the Onoji's palace as criminal and unacceptable. He said while kidnapping is a serious problem across the country, protests must not be used as an excuse for lawlessness.
Before this ugly situation happened, we had planned something. Security is secret, and I'm not supposed to say it to anybody, and we are still going to carry it out. These people will leave our forest if they are there. Ekpoma, Ishan will not be a safe place for them. We will leave no stone unturned. We have technology. The first one we carried out was very successful. 9 persons were kidnapped from the church. They were rescued unhurt, and those kidnappers were also caught. This technology has actually arrived here.
Earlier, the Onoji of Ekpoma, His Royal Highness Anthony Ehizoji Abumere II, described the incident as unfortunate, alleging that many of the protesters were under the influence of illicit drugs.
At the appropriate time, traditionally, we'll still do what we are going to do traditionally on it. I know the government is trying to their best to ensure that Edo State is safe.
Governor Okpebholo, before his departure, assured the traditional ruler and the people of Ekpoma in Esan West that decisive security operations were imminent, stressing that peace, law and order would be fully restored in the community and across Edo Central. Kingsley Uchebu, ITV News.
As a follow-up to that report, we told you during the week on Diary Review that an Edo State High Court remanded over 50 students who participated in the insecurity and incessant kidnapping protest in Ekpoma at the Ubiaja Correctional Center. The students were arraigned by the Edo State Police Command on Monday last week over the alleged involvement in acts of violence, vandalism, and looting.
Over 50 students were arraigned at the Edo State High Court by the State Police Command in connection with the disruption of public order that occurred during the insecurity protest in Ekpoma. During the proceedings held at the Criminal Court 2 of the State High Court, the presiding judge, Justice Williams Azegbemi, directed that former bail applications be filed before the State High Court sitting in Ubiaja. Pending the hearing and determination of the bail applications, the court ordered that the suspects be remanded at the Ubiaja Correctional Center. Counsel to some of the defendants, Barrister Wisdom Osaro and Barrister Ejeme Etimbomi, explained that although the prosecuting counsel requested a 14-day remand, which the court granted in part, the process of filing bail applications may commence as early as the next day.
As far as the concern is concerned, by virtue of Section 36 of 5, these suspects are still presumed innocent until they are proven guilty. We just hope justice is served in this matter.
It was not the students of the school that instigated this thing. It were persons outside the school. Those persons that were aggrieved that their person was kidnapped had been killed.
Parents, students, and human rights activists present at the court premises described the arrest and arraignment as unjust. They alleged that the students were arrested hours after the protest through raids on their homes and hostels.
Children are outside night that day. They don't know anything, and they don't come outside night that day. So I surprised they go meet them for inside house around 3 o'clock. They go bust their door, they carry them for inside house.
Immediately, the protest ended, everybody went home peacefully. The next thing, police from different places that we don't even know of came to Ekpoma, started busting people's hostel, removing people that were sleeping in the middle of the night.
We are saying Kabodo Rejetameta to unlawful arrest of our songs.
Why police were busy arresting students? Kidnappers, yes, came to kidnap somebody again in Ekpoma. This shows that from Genesis to Revelation, we have a very porous security system.
From Benin, Jola Diojo, ITV News.
In a swift reaction, the governor of Edo State reiterated his administration's commitment to protecting students, restoring peace in Ekpoma, and ensuring that criminal elements exploiting the university environment are decisively dealt with in accordance with the law. The governor made this known on the sideline of a meeting with the Students' Union government and the management of Ambrose Sali University Ekpoma following recent unrest in the university town.
The meeting between Governor Monday Okpebholo, the Students' Union government, and the management of Ambrose Sali University Ekpoma was convened to identify and resolve issues surrounding recent disturbances, arrests, and security concerns in the area. Governor Okpebholo emphasized that the unrest was not organized by students of Ambrose Sali University Ekpoma, describing the incident as a criminal act carried out by non-students seeking to foment trouble and extort law-abiding students. According to the governor, intelligence available to the Edo State government revealed that the incident was orchestrated by a group identifying themselves as the Ambrose Sali Comrade Community, comprising individuals who are no longer students but loiter around the university environment, engaging in unlawful activities.
They are just here. People are using them. I don't care whether you are a politician, you are not a politician, you are using people and you are involved in planning such evil, destroying our land, destroying our economy. So we'll not accept. We'll go after these people and we must make sure that we bring them to book. So I want to let you know that I have nothing against the students. School is not even in session. So they are claiming that students are there. If there are any students among those people that were arrested, we'll release them.
President of the Students' Union government of Ambrose Sali University, Comrade Osadebame Izoje, and the Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration, Professor Andrew Eromosele, both highlighted the positive outcomes of the meeting.
We are here to officially debunk that students did not organize any protest. So the Edo State government want to appreciate you for your intentionality as well in making sure those students are being released as soon as possible.
We thank His Excellency for giving up his promise that they will be released as soon as possible. And for the students, before now, we had engaged them and they said they were not part of that plan.
The meeting was attended by the Commissioner for Education, Dr. Paddy Iyamu. Kingsley Uchebu, ITV News.
Edo State Ministry of Education, January Kondari, announced the postponement of public and private schools resumption across Edo Central Senatorial District for further notice. In a statement signed by the Commissioner for Education, Dr. Emmanuel Paddy Iyamu, says the postponement is to enable the ministry address some exigencies to improve the welfare of children before a new date will be communicated. Edo Central correspondent Chris Omige, who monitored the level of compliance, reported that schools visited across the district complied with the directive.
Though the directive by Edo State Ministry of Education on the postponement of school resumption across Edo Central Senatorial District came late to some schools visited complied with the directive. One of the principals of the private school said, even though some parents had already dropped their children in school before the information was received, children whose parents could not be contacted were kept in school for safety till their parents picked them up.
The information came in very late, and already students were already in schools, and because of their safety, a lot of parents have gone to their workplaces, so we have to keep them back pending the time in which parents will pick their children. So in order not to make the school environment rowdy, we've kept the children in the class. Then some parents that we were able to reach also came back to pick their children.
The Chief Inspector of Education, Esan West Local Government Area, Mrs. Mebe Okilu, said all schools across the local government area have complied with the directive, awaiting the new resumption date.
We received a directive from our Honorable Commissioner early hours of this morning, and we sent it out. On our part, we went around schools in East and West to ensure compliance to the directive. Both private and public complied in East and West.
From Edo Central Senatorial District, Chris Omije, ITV News.
In case you're just joining us, the program is News Review. We'll go on a quick break. When we return, the program News Review will continue. Please do stay tuned. The Senate during the week under review passed the 2026 appropriation bill of 58.47 trillion naira. The passage followed a lead debate by Senate Majority Leader Senator Okpeyemi Bamidele on the floor of the Senate. Thank you so much for staying tuned to the program News Review. Now moving on, there was pandemonium in Itebite Street off Forestry Road in Oedo local government area of Edo State following disagreements between some local government personnel and traders over the clearing of the streets by a task force, which later turned violence during the enforcement exercise. During the fracas, 2 persons were allegedly injured, while tear gas was sprayed, which caused commotion in the area.
What was meant to be another trading day on Itebite Street turned into tears and chaos following a chaotic clash between traders and security operatives. The presence of the task force personnel triggered panic, forcing traders to flee for safety and abandon their goods as the street was temporarily shut down following the confusion and fear that followed. Traders said tear gas was sprayed without provocation, which affected several persons. Accounts from eyewitnesses revealed that traders were peacefully going about their normal activities, preparing for the day's business, when operatives of the task force allegedly stormed the area without prior notice.
Business have shut down, nothing is happening, these people are shooting. There's a pregnant woman right there, they spray tear gas on his face. They start beating one of our guys. As I'm talking to you now, 2 of them are in the hospital. I'm so shocked, I don't even know what to say now. I don't know what is happening.
We were just doing our business this morning. Just see people just rushing, destroying goods, pushing customers. They just come, take tear gas and just flash it on your face directly, not even taking it off. You begin to shoot bullets anyhow in the air.
The state government should please intervene in this, because the thing that is happening now is what we don't know. Look at people that came into our area. Imagine a person that left his home for daily food, come today and locked up store by this time. What would that person present to his family?
As calm gradually returns to Itebite Street, affected traders are calling on the Edo State government to investigate the incident, ensure accountability, and adopt more human enforcement approaches that will not endanger lives or livelihoods. From Benin, Jola Diojo, ITV News.
With that report, we'll call it a wrap on today's edition of the program News Review. Do not forget to keep a date to test next week Sunday. We shall be bringing you the program News Review again. I am Deborah Iviogwefuna. See you next week. Do have a lovely week ahead. Bye for now.
ITV, certainly the best.